Hello, and welcome back to the Volume Vegan Cooking Channel. I confess that one of my guilty pleasures is YouTube drama. I don't know why. It's probably because I grew up with family members that watch soap operas. I am not interactive in any of the communities that revolve around different YouTubers and their shenanigans. I am simply a tea consumer. Some of them post so much and such long videos that I can't follow them directly. I don't have time to watch all of their content. So I watch the tea channels who give us regular recaps. And that is how I know that Trisha Paytas recently experimented with veganism and I believe gave up after a few weeks. What is my opinion on this? I think that Trisha was trolling. Trisha just had a scandal about having custom dining room chairs based off of the movie Beetlejuice that were made out of real rabbit skins and then was a vegan immediately after, finding a way to connect it to their spiritual journey. Immediately upon becoming vegan, Trisha preached to meat eaters in videos about how gross or harmful that it was to eat meat, but also said that if they didn't lose weight eating plant-based, that they would give up, which is ultimately what they did from what I understand, and then blamed a weight gain on eating vegan food. Look, you guys, I am never going to get preachy with you about being vegan. I'm never about shaming or guilting anyone, but it is wild to judge meat eaters one moment for how bad they are for eating meat and then to eat meat again because you didn't get skinny enough when you weren't eating meat. I thought about going through Trisha's videos throughout their vegan period to take a look at what they were eating, what their vegan meals were like, what kind of carbs and calories were on those plates. But that's not what I'm here to do. Everyone's diet is their own. If Trisha picks up on diets or religions for a moment without doing any real research on how it will work in their lives in order to get what they want out of it, then that's what they're going to do. I'm fairly certain that's part of their brand. But one part of their journey did inspire me. Trisha proudly displayed their vegan fridge, which many people pointed out wasn't very vegan. So let's have a look. At a glance, it's all sugar. It's carbs, it's snacks. It's even fast food. There are Impossible Whoppers at the bottom of this refrigerator to be heated, I guess, reheated, which sounds really disgusting. To reheat a fast food burger, I don't know. It doesn't sound like it would be good. And there's processed food. Now, don't get me wrong. I buy processed food. I'm a single mother on a time budget that just tries to make it day to day without losing it like everyone else. But that's pretty much the bulk of what we're seeing here. It's junk. If Trisha didn't lose weight on a vegan diet when they intended to, it is because of what we see right here. I say it all the time, just because you're vegan doesn't mean you eat healthily or you eat low calorie. It's easy to eat nothing but junk as a vegan in 2021. This is a vegetarian fridge. It's not vegan. On the top shelf, we see a butter sculpture and a few candy bars, Butterfinger and Reese's, and wow, you guys, there are very few things that I miss in this world, but I do miss Reese's, even to this day. I do have a recipe that is the best substitute that I've ever had, and I will share it with you sometime. Anyways, lots of whipped cream and coffee creamers, flavored creamers in this house. They are non-dairy that we can see, but it's packed to the brim for a refrigerator for a household of 2. One thing that I had to learn pretty early on is that when you eat fresh foods that perish easily, you have to buy what you're going to use that week. I always have to practice restraint at the grocery store because I was raised by people who fill their fridges and their pantries like they're feeding an army. Like we need to have 20 varieties of snacks on hand at all time. I know a lot of what we're seeing here is full of preservatives and won't go bad in a week, but something tells me that a lot of food gets thrown out in this house. What else? I didn't really see them go all the way through the fridge, but there are eggs on the bottom, and there's a product in the snack drawer that has a cow logo on it. It's probably cheese or butter. Vegetarian fridge. I am not trying to come across as judgmental, but there is no shame in calling yourself a vegetarian, or a pescatarian, or someone who is trying to eat more plant-based, rather than slapping a label on yourself and saying that you're vegan if you're not vegan. I firmly believe that people are not perfect and do not have to be. I mentioned in one of my recent videos that Trisha had eaten a Snickers and thought that it was vegan, and that even someone like myself who is stuck to eating animal-free for around 10 years still accidentally picks up something now and then that has an ingredient my eye didn't catch. Training yourself out of any old habits or to be great at new ones isn't easy. I used to be a cigarette smoker, and quitting smoking was the hardest thing I've ever had to do in my life. I quit many, many times, and I went back almost as many, except this last time. I hid it from my loved ones. I lied to others and myself about it. I fell off that wagon over and over and over. My battle with myself hurt my self-esteem and my trustworthiness with others, and it was absolutely awful. I could not be more relieved to be on the other side of that. Changing other things about myself seems easy in comparison, but in the end, what worked is getting back on the road to change after a fall. We're not perfect. We will always make mistakes when we're trying to change something that has become so much a part of what we do to comfort ourselves. Changing the way that you naturally want to eat, have always eaten, is socially easy to eat, and the food that you comfort yourself with is hard. It's nearly impossible to change in a day. I realize that the internet slaps these YouTubers in the face with judgment every single time they slip up even a little. That there are people that are just giddy, cannot wait to tell them how they're doing it wrong, and sling all sorts of abuse at them. I mean, I'm fairly certain that most of this has been a ploy of Trisha's to make content that stirs up reactions, and of course money. So it's hard to know how real this struggle has been for them, but if you struggle with the same sort of thing, here's my advice. Be kind to yourself. Big change is not easy. Beating yourself up about it or giving up isn't helpful, and it isn't necessary. If you veer off the path, don't completely give up. Come back to it with a fresh attitude and determination tomorrow. Everything that we ever do gets better and easier when we practice. That's something that I've had to tell my son many times over the years because he has a tendency to give up on things when he doesn't seem to have a genius level of skill upon first trying it. Yes, there are talented people in the world, but they didn't get that skillful until they worked on it, until they practiced that skill over and over and over again. Changing your diet or a lifestyle is no different. It's a huge change. You can't be a concert pianist overnight, and you can't be a flawless vegan eater overnight either. So, okay, want to see what my vegan fridge looks like? I'm actually a little nervous, or I don't know, curious to see if someone will spot something in mine that I shouldn't have. In the video where I was talking about Trisha's eating that Snickers, I mentioned that sometimes my eye just looking for allergen warnings at the store, and that there are different plant-based ingredients that are not technically vegan because of the way that they're processed, like refined sugar or, depending on where it's sourced, palm oil. So keep in mind that this is the average American single mom vegan fridge tour. I'm not going to show you just a picture of it though, so let's go on a tour. Let's start with the door of my apartment's average, janky little refrigerator. Up top we have the classic vegan butter substitute, Earth Balance. I have mentioned it before, but I only get the soy-free version because I use soy in so many other places in my diet, and for some reason, it's around 20 cents cheaper than the other Earth Balance varieties. I shop a lot at Kroger, and Simple Truth Organic is their organic, natural food brand, so you'll see it a lot in my kitchen. We have some plant-based sour cream because I'm making chili this week, and that's a topping my kid really likes. I might have a smidge. I'm more likely to use a little of my tahini nacho cheese, and that recipe is already up on my channel, or a little cup single serving guacamole on top of my chili because I'm trying to keep nutrition at the forefront of my choices, and either one of those choices is more nutritious than this sour cream stuff. And instead of literally putting all three of those things I just mentioned on my chili like the old version of me would have, I'm going to pick only one because that is the calorie-wise thing to do. I have some dairy-free Parmesan cheese. You might have seen me top my cauliflower Alfredo with that, and that recipe is up on my channel now as well. Second shelf, we have some pickled ginger because we love it. And I love to make poke bowls, which are essentially deconstructed sushi bowls. So that's what we have that for. Kalamata olives because we also love making Mediterranean-themed meals. We have the literal dust at the bottom of this other version of Follow Your Heart's Parmesan substitute. I don't know why we didn't just use what was left in here, but we'll get it next time. Got this chow chow. I love chow chow. Sometimes we make our own version of a hot dog, and I'm going to keep that totally secret until I show you guys that recipe someday. But when you go shopping for chow chow, keep in mind that even though it seems like it's just a pickle relish, most of them are made with butter. I found this out from a friend of mine who owns a jelly jam pickle hot sauce company. This brand is thankfully made without it. I like the spicy version of it a little better. I have some ginger paste back here. Some bamboo shoots in chili and soybean oil because I go nuts in an Asian market and I buy everything I see. Some ground chili paste. Tamarind concentrate because I obviously cook a lot of Asian inspired foods as well. And I've got this sugar-free ketchup. I love the G. Hughes brand. They make great sugar-free barbecue sauce, and this ketchup is no exception. It's so much better than the stuff I always used to grab. A big jar of Private Selection. That's another Kroger brand. Salsa. Got a spicy and a Dijon mustard. Back here I have some Skinny Girl brand poppy seed dressing, which we drizzle over bowls of mixed berries to make a fruit salad a little bit more like a dessert. I have some Simple Truth ranch, which I've never really been one to eat ranch dressing on salad, but I sometimes like to make barbecue Buddha bowls or buffalo type meals, and we eat ranch with that because we have yet to find a vegan blue cheese dressing that we really like. We've got some Simple Truth plant-based mayonnaise and some Just Egg. I love Just Egg. I don't use it a lot. Sometimes I get it to make a special weekend brunch or something. It's a little higher calorie than I thought something made from mung beans should be, but it's an imperfect world. Bottom shelf, we have some Simple Truth ketchup that no longer fits into my lifestyle, yet I'm holding on to it because I'm trying to avoid food waste. Some of my tahini nacho cheese, ready for this chilly night. Like I said earlier, I've got the recipe up on my channel right now for that cheese. I've got some coconut water, an open bottle of my favorite vitamin water, the Triple X Zero Sugar. The last of my Ripple half and half coffee creamer. And then there's my favorite milk substitute, Chobani plain unsweetened, and some minced garlic. Now let's move into the fridge top shelf. I have my Brita pitcher. Behind that, one of these pre-made vegan protein shakes in cookies and cream. It's really hard for me to get my kid to consume calories before he goes to school. He doesn't like to eat very, very early in the morning. I don't know why. I showed you guys in a previous grocery haul that he likes those filled Bobos bites. It's a small way to get something in him to kind of fuel him for his day. And this is another way. I have a couple of packs of extra firm tofu from Publix's organic brand, Greenwise. Publix's tofu is wild expensive, so it's a desperate moment for me to pick it up from them. There's my kids' yogurt from last week's grocery haul, and back here we have leftovers. Please keep in mind that I shot this at the beginning of last week, right after that grocery haul, so right after Thanksgiving. I do not still have Thanksgiving leftovers in my fridge on December 6th. I have a tub of chopped green onions, pretty much always in there. These are some roasted Thanksgiving carrots, mashed cauliflower, some leftover Thanksgiving roast, this is that cauliflower Alfredo sauce leftover, my vegan low-fat mushroom gravy, and an unopened coffee creamer as my other one is almost empty, and spicy pickles. I love to eat those with little orange snacking tomatoes. It's just, I don't know what it is. It's a great flavor combination for me. Next shelf, I have an extra milk. Behind that, some vitamin waters and a no sugar fruit punch by Minute Maid for my kid. Up front, these lemon cream flavored sparkling waters for him. This is a brand he's wanting to try all of their varieties right now. Before this one, he had their cotton candy flavored variety, and that just sounds gross to me. I mean, I don't really drink sparkling waters anyway, but that's disgusting. Behind that are a couple of my low-calorie pink lemonades. Underneath the snack drawer is a pack of Impossible Burger that I am totally throwing into this week's chili. Oops, these carrots fell. And there are a couple of what is that? Caffeinated peach tea flavored sparkling waters. In the snack drawer, a pack of Simple Truth cheese slices. I told you guys we had some sandwiches following the Thanksgiving madness. And there's what's left of my last loaf of bread and the new loaf as well. I have a couple of packs of my favorite tempeh bacon in here because they were on sale. And this concoction in this little bag is just some leftover sauteed mushroom, asparagus, and sun-dried tomato mix from the cauliflower Alfredo video. I buy these little guacamole cups because avocado goes bad really quickly and I can't always commit to using them in time. They also help with portion control, as avocado is a very high calorie food and we can eat too much of that before we realize it without very much effort. So when I say that I eat avocado toast, my kid reminds me that I actually make guacamole toast because I use these guys. I also just totally realized as I was filming this that the cup I had in my hand here that isn't in the new pack expired in October. Wow. I ate one of these cups just a few days ago. And so I threw that expired cup away off camera. Bottom shelf, we have the leftover broccoli casserole from Thanksgiving. It looks like my kid ripped the foil and didn't replace it when we had leftovers the night before, so that's neat. Oh, here's a reminder, all of these Thanksgiving dinner recipes are up on my channel right now. In these bags, leftover zucchini noodles and leftover steamed cauliflower from the Alfredo recipe. And I've just been adding the cauliflower into whatever we're eating ever since, trying to eat it up. And then there's another pack of AHA for my kid. In the veggie crisper, my forever present green onions, a pack of baby bella mushrooms to prepare to keep eating the Alfredo leftovers with, and my peppers and onion that will go into the chili, as well as my new salad with the previous week's salad on top, so I can use what's good out of there before moving to the next one. And then on the fruit side, just blueberries this week. Then I'm going to move into the freezer. In the freezer drawer, we have some whipped cream vodka because I sometimes add a shot of that into my pink lemonade, and I don't know. I highly recommend that. It's really yummy. We also have some allergen-free burger buns in case we have one of those nights, a burger night. Top shelf, more booze. I have this shimmering red vodka and Moscato blend, and it is terrible, but it's very pretty. I have a lot of frozen bananas in here because sometimes if we want a frozen treat and we don't have Halo Top in there, I make banana quote-unquote nice cream or a smoothie. Oh wow, here's the thing. My kid wants to rinse fruit out and then just put it back into its container, and that drives me crazy. I really hate that. He also freezes the grapes that I buy him like this and then just eats them out of the freezer. And then back here I have a couple of bags of frozen blueberries for the smoothies. Bottom shelf, we have this quinoa duo from Trader Joe's. Some frozen riced cauliflower. I keep forgetting that I have these things. I have some shelled edamame. Some Trader Joe's frozen carrots. Then those Beyond meatballs that I just bought that were on sale. I just showed those in my grocery haul. A couple of Amy's burritos that I really love and prefer to have when I need to eat something over a protein bar, which is something I definitely have plenty of, and you'll see that in a bit. I have some Simple Truth meatless tenders for my kid to grab when he's hungry or on a night when we can't eat together and he doesn't want the leftovers. They're not gluten-free, so I don't get into them, but if you guys know about a gluten-free vegan chicken strip or nugget, please tell me about it in the comments. And lastly, I have an open bag of Simple Truth fries for him to make with the chicken strips if he wants. And he usually does. Let's move into the pantry. I'm not going to go below the 4th shelf in it because my recycling is down there and that's not cute. On the top shelf, my hand mixer, some crunchy light bulbs, I think they're vegan. And let's see, we have some of those delicious wood ear mushrooms that I showed you in my hot and sour soup video. A near empty bag of rolled oats, some white rice flour, and a brown and just white sugar substitute by Truvia, 0 calorie. and a container of corn grits that I only use when my kid joins me for brunch, as he isn't completely sold on the cauliflower version like I am. Here's where we see that I did for a time dream of repackaging all things into clear containers, and I still do if it's more practical. We have some jar oats, some garlic tahini, baking cocoa, raw coconut butter, which is going to be used in some upcoming holiday treat videos, coconut oil, jar white beans, and in the back, a bag of coconut chips, some tapioca starch, steel cut oats, some black rice, and some red quinoa. I try to add different colors to my plate for different nutrition and vitamins that they provide. I remember an interview I read a long time ago with Jane Fonda, and she preached about putting as much color on your plate as you can, so I generally try to pick anything other than white grains, like white rice or quinoa. Even when I was getting gluten-free pastas that are veggie-based all the time, I was going to buy the red one or the green one over the one that looks like standard flour pasta. On top here, jar cornmeal, jar, what are those, hazelnuts, and jar almonds, some exciting jarred white powders like xanthan gum, some of the veggie broth cubes that I buy. And then we have what I try to maintain as the vinegar side of my pantry shelf. And I really should lay a board across these wire shelves because they're awful to balance slim bottles on top of. But I have some lime juice, some sherry, that's red wine vinegar back there. There's a bottle of mirin, lemon juice. In the back, you can see that I have multiple bottles of seasoned rice vinegar, some agar, sorry if I pronounced that wrong, some hot chili oil, there's balsamic vinegar. In the back corner, a trilogy seed blend of flax, chia, and hemp seed. My large Frank's Red Hot refill bottle, my olive oil drizzle bottle, some olive oil, grapeseed oil, peanut oil, in the back I have a couple of specialty olive oils, a blood orange, and a wild mushroom and sage. There's some white cooking wine in the back corner, and well, this little hot sauce is literally only here because it belonged to my dad, who had a huge hot sauce collection, and he really loved Justin Wilson, I guess if you're more Cajun. I used to have the entire hot sauce collection, but I let go of all of it except this one bottle. In the back corner of the next shelf, we have some lentils. I don't eat them a lot these days, but I'm going to show you how to make a fun garnish with them so you can enjoy them sparingly if you're trying to cut down on carbs. I have some carb-friendly black soybeans and a can of kidney beans that are a rare treat in my house, but I'm going to make chili and I need them to be happy about my chili. So I will use one can in a big pot, and in my mind this really just spreads the carbs out and I won't be getting that many. Fire roasted tomatoes for the chili as well because I won't be fire roasting my own and I prefer that roasted flavor. I have a can of pumpkin puree because I did make a pumpkin pie that I didn't film for Thanksgiving, and I planned to make another one for you guys and I haven't done that yet. Is pumpkin season over? Maybe. I have a few ideas for what you might want to enjoy for the holidays, and none of them include pumpkin. This is my favorite peanut butter, Crazy Richards. It's just ground peanuts with no sugar added, and I'm totally a crunchy peanut butter person. Though I don't eat very much peanut butter these days. I also have some PB2. I might add some of that to a smoothie or some of that banana nice cream now and then. Back here, a snack nut collection that is largely for other people, guests. I recently ended a podcast that was filmed in my home, and I had some snacks with my co-host in mind. I used to snack heavily on nuts because I wanted the nutrition, the protein, the healthy fats, but they're so high in calories that I don't reach for them like that anymore. I mean, I used to pound some spicy hot peanuts. So I have some roasted salted cashews, peanuts, almonds, and some chili lime almonds, and a container of raw cashews in case I make a vegan cheese that is cashew based. I'm going to show you guys how to make an incredible spinach artichoke dip for the holidays that I will use those in, so stay tuned for that. Then we have some snack and breakfast stuff over on this side, my cauliflower crackers for chili night. I got this little porridge for my kid to see if he would eat it for breakfast, and it's been in here for like 3 months. Here's the granola that he is eating with his yogurt and blueberries this week. And then I have 2 boxes of instant oatmeals that he is not eating. This almond and vanilla. And blueberry almond flax. I'm not really a sweet breakfast person, so I guess I'm just gonna have to make these my snacks to get them eaten up. These are his baked pea puffs, a snack that I just got on that last grocery haul, and hidden in this back corner, I have a pack of this Simply Delish Jell-O substitute. Me and my kid both had surgery around the same time last year, so I got several packs. And it's the only brand that I found that was vegan friendly. It's not the most delicious Jell-O type thing I've ever had in my life, but when you aren't allowed to eat much else, it's good to have on hand. I have some rice paper wrappers to make my own Asian inspired veggie rolls. I will show you those sometime when it's warm outside. And then I have some roasted seaweed, mostly for making the poke bowl I told you about earlier. Hidden behind my hanging trivets is a new box of avocado oil popcorn. Then I have a basket for small packages in here. On top, some dried apricots. Then the protein bar collection. I was making an unwise decision earlier this year to try the smoothie protein bar diet again to drop some unwanted pounds, keeping my calorie count really, really low for the day, but not eating nutritiously or sustainably. So these are mostly left over from that period, and we barely touch them these days. I love Bobo's products, but I really do not like their nut butter protein bars. This s'mores bar, this is weird. This s'mores bar was something that I found truly disgusting the first time that I tried it. But since I purchased a 12-pack, I tried them again and ended up liking them. It's strange. I used to like the Think brand of protein bars before I was vegan. I really liked the chocolate peanut butter one. But this one was for my kid. It's plant-based, but I am not a chocolate and mint person. Here's a caffeinated Cliff Bar. Some more roasted seaweed. This is my very favorite Cliff Bar flavor, coconut chocolate chip. Oh man, this Zing peanut butter cookie dough bar. It is no joke. That is yummy. These IQ bars were just okay. I wasn't really crazy about getting lemon zest in my teeth in these lemon blueberry ones, and in those other ones that you might have seen, the banana nut. I never tried that. I never really liked banana nut bread, so I just figured I wouldn't like them. I have some loose popcorns. Oh, these Devil Dave's Bloody Mary seasoning packs are amazing. They're vegan, and most bloody mixes are not. They are perfectly seasoned. I just mix it in with some spicy V8 and whatever pickled veggies I want, and it's so good. Sometimes if I can find a vegan-friendly horseradish, I might add that in. It does kind of lack that element. And then down here in this basket, a few more loose bags, some instant miso soup, which really isn't that good. You really have to doctor it to make it yummy. I expected more from my favorite veggie broth cube company, if I'm being honest. There are some Chipotle barbecue flavored pistachios. We have those heart of palm noodles that we enjoyed the last of our cauliflower Alfredo sauce leftovers with. Some juliennes, sun-dried tomatoes, and some pineapple habanero almonds. Behind here we have some more of those vegan breakfast shakes, some vanilla protein powder, some coffee, and a couple extra bottles of coconut water. Disclaimer, yes, these are ugly cabinets. I am in a tiny apartment between life stages, and I am moving just before the summer. I really hope to have a larger, nicer kitchen. That's my hope. And lastly, tell me you like to cook without saying that you like to cook, am I right? I'm not going to go through all of this with you, but yes, this is my spice rack. Yes, they are in alphabetical order. No, this isn't all of it. Yes, I have a bin full of bagged spices that I haven't got room for in here. I keep smaller bottles of things that I use regularly in here as well. Got some chia seeds up here, liquid aminos, nutritional yeast, liquid smoke, that zero sugar maple syrup, just stuff that I grab whenever I'm cooking often. It is a little maniacal. I understand if you're shocked. But I do a lot of cooking. And I've tried a lot of different recipes over the years. And when you really enjoy trying a lot of different cuisines and flavors, these spices can add up. And that's it. It doesn't look too unlike the normal American food storage, right? There are vegan versions of what's normally in there. I don't keep a ton of junk, but I'm not pretending to be someone who eats whole foods 100% of the time. I just manage what is in here and available to us week to week, and I aspire to use what we buy rather than just packing a lot of stuff in here that will likely go bad before we use it. Even now, I usually have to throw a percentage of my produce away, a small percentage. So, especially when it comes to this mixed salads that I buy, every week some of it's going to be slimy and unusable because it just goes bad so quickly. I find things in here that are expired because I've forgotten about them, like little guacamoles, I guess. I try to make a plan that involves making meals that use up the things that I have, but again, there is no perfection here, and I won't put the stress on myself to try to attain perfection. I just do the best that I can, and that's all that any of us can do. Thank you so much for checking out another one of my videos. Please like and share it with your friends. Get in the comments and tell me what you think. And of course, subscribe to my channel while you're here. Turn on those notifications so that you never miss another one of my videos. I've got that chili one coming up, and I haven't even gone grocery shopping for this week yet, so look forward to a new haul soon, as well as some recipes coming up, especially some holiday gathering recipe ideas. Have a wonderful week. I hope you eat really good today. I'll talk to you very, very soon. Bye-bye.